Hello, I hope everyone is good and I'm enjoying this weather, which is in Australia, in Hobart, in Tasmania. And if you look at this scenery, look at this scenery, amazing scenery behind me. And this is water coming from the Bay Area, and the arena that I'm standing next to it. Let's see this arena, which is a big arena for expo centers and also for baseball games. I think in Tasmania. So it's like an international arena. Today we have. Attended one of the expo which was held by Tasmanian Expo, and some businesses who were involved in disability area which were highlighted here. There were like 500 expected people visited today, and I'm the one from those 500 as well. So why I was there, I was there just to know what matters most. That's the badge that I'm wearing, uh, and I was representing my pharmacy services uh, as a pharmacist, and what pharmacists can play a role in this area, which is a bit big area where workers require, where uh, coordinators are working with some nurses, and the role of pharmacist is there with the help of allied health, especially community nurses who are actually working. So I was just there to see what pharmacist services or pharmacy services that we can incorporate or we can offer through our regional pharmacies and also from our metro pharmacies, especially particularly in Hobart. And I had an opportunity to meet Monique Morkel, the director of Pharmacy Guild from Tasmania, a good friend of mine. She also visited this event, and some other pharmacists also visited along with me. And I had an opportunity to make a few web some podcast, not webinar, but podcast. So webinars will be arranged very soon on the connection that I made, especially Para Olympic and also Intellectual Disability Olympic Committee, or the people who are involved in that committee from Australian organization who are actually taking care or providing coaches for uh, like kids or family members who are disabled but they want to play sports. They can be given an opportunity to compete in Australia level or national level in international Olympics games. That is something which is very new for me as well, because when I went there on that counter, which was the intellectual disability Olympic Tasmania counter. So I was under the impression that there's a Paralympic, similar like blind cricket or disabled people cricket. But this was a different area, which was very big, opening opportunities for those who have some intellectual disability, that they have a separate area of sporting events. So parents who are aware, they should encourage their kids to mix with community, to play some sports with those kids who have a similar intellectual ability. And there's a international Olympic games are also separately played 4 years. So that's another area which I learned in this Expo. And other than that, I made some friends in different companies, some owners, and some registered nurses, some speech pathologists that I met today, and also Tasmania Fire department. Especially the awareness that we require to give out, especially the kids information and also the disabled people. There are some funding available. Some alarm can be installed through government scheme. If you have some disability, they are quite expensive. Disable helping fire alarms that can be used, they can be installed, but there are some government programs available. And there was a program for palliative care, which is highly recommended for all pharmacists to attend the training. And there's some webinar happening, and they want a pharmacist to talk on the forum. So I will update some knowledge in this, and maybe I will put my hand to do a talk with that webinar for 5-minute chat as a pharmacist. So that's the update from Tasmania. Let's look at this scenery again. If you have missed that in the start, this is beautiful. What is the name of the place? Is Glenorchy? Yes, Glenorchy in Tasmania is located in the northern part of the city, Hobart, and so I'm making this video just to educate, just to inform, just to tell those who has not visited Hobart, who has not visited Tasmania, is a land of opportunity, who want to live here and grow and want to establish their work or maybe future businesses. The market of property is growing here, and I met few people in the flight when they were coming from Adelaide, and same question I asked them, why you in Hobart from Adelaide. They said it's a growing market, and the prices are growing, still growing. We bought a property here, and so this is an opportunity. I met few young business owners in this city. So they are need of quite a many professionals in this state. And I heard one more thing, that from multicultural Department of Australia, especially in Tasmania, there are some trainings available which can be provided free of charge if you are from a multicultural background, and there is a rule or regulation that they need to hire a multicultural staffing in the companies. I think there's some regulations here. I will discuss that later when I will have more information, but this is an opportunity for, especially for multicultural people. I know that people come to Tasmania, they live here and they leave Tasmania, which I would say do it opposite way. Come here, establish, and grow and grow and grow, and rather than leave this state. So let's finish for today's update. But 1st of March was yesterday. As you know, urinary tract infection antibiotic consultation or antibiotic supply with the consultation of pharmacists were started yesterday in Hobart here, in Tasmania all over, and in South Australia, Adelaide and regional, and many consultation has been done. We had an opportunity yesterday to chat with the Premier, Peter Malanaskas. He was telling us about his family life as well, because he got a boy just arrived in his family, a newborn baby. So he was on maternity leave, but he was back in office yesterday, and he came to Modbury area where we had a chat with MP Olivia Sawa, and we had a little chat on this topic as well. And Peter was discussing about GP services and the load of GP, that how much the workload is on general practice, but this is scheme for actually introduced in pharmacy for UTI is just to offload some of the responsibilities, so doctors can take care of more responsible, more creative work for those clinical diseases or where the more expertise are required. And he was also saying that that GPs are those kind of doctor which require excellent excellent level of training, and there's no compromise of training. So I would like to give a message to those who want to come and work in Australia, especially for my pharmacy profession. Just make sure that passing KAPSExam is not just enough. You need to do more training, more education. There are a lot of online platforms available. Learn about practices in Australia, learn about your communication skill, make that skill to a very next level so you can be accepted in this country, rather than just coming on a very low marks of English. I had a few phone calls yesterday from some of the pharmacists who may have asked me that, what if I can get into AHPRA registration with 6.5? I said, look, better to get 80, because English is very must. English communication is very important. That's something which I want to say again, that learn best communication skills while you overseas, learn all the online platforms that I shared, some online trainings on technology, software, vaccines, and Australian College of Pharmacy offer a lot of courses. Pharmaceutical Society of Australia offer a lot of courses. Other than there are some private institute which offer some courses. So try to do that first aid course, CPR course, update your CV with Australian standards. So that's very important, and get your AHPRA registration if you pass the KAPS after PTE. So that's something very important. And more important thing is that connect with people for long term, because as many as connections you got, you will have more possibilities of getting work and into getting into better jobs, or maybe business opportunities. If you don't mix with your professional or your social, there's a less chance you will get to know things. All right, I'll knock off from here, and this is a very nice view here, Saturday afternoon. And thank you, Kalim Bhai, for having your team here. I really enjoyed talking to Dee and your manager from Adelaide. I think I will be in the same flight tomorrow. So KAPStips doing, wish all the best for KAPStips here, and Hobart Pharmacy, North Hobart Pharmacy. And let's go and watch cricket, maybe. So maybe going Claremont. We're going Claremont, or maybe some other suburb where Arm is playing. All right, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.